Hello friends, today we will learn about the strings and scalar variable in Perl. As you know, variables are the reserved memory locations to store values. This means that when we create a variable, we reserve some space in memory. Based on the data types of a variable, the interpreter allocates memory and decides what can be stored in the reserved memory. Therefore, by assigning different data types to variables, we can store integer, decimal or strings in these variables. So in Perl has following three basic data types: scalars, arrays and hashes. Accordingly, we are going to use three types of variables in Perl. A scalar variable will preceded by a $sign and it can store either a number, a string or a reference. An array variable will precede by sign @ and it will store ordered lists of scalars. Finally, the hash variable will precede by sign % and will be used to store set of keys, or we can say set of value pairs. Perl maintains every variable type in a separate namespace, means so we can without fear of conflict use the same name for a scalar variable, an array or a hash. This means that when we write the $a and $a, then these two variables are totally different. When we write $a and $a, then the variable a is totally different because it is preceded by the sign $, and @, which makes both the variables totally different from each other. Now, creating variables. Perl variables do not have to be explicitly declared to reserve memory space. The declaration happens automatically when you assign a value to a variable. The equal sign is used to assign values to variables. It is mandatory to declare a variable before we use it if we use strict statement in our program. The operand to the left of the equal operator is the name of the variable, and the operand to the right of the equal operator is the value stored in the variable. So here the $age is the variable, $name, $salary. These three is the variables, and the value is written right of the equal operator, right side of the equal operator. So here 25 is the integer value which is assigned to $age variable, and the John Paul is the name, and it is a string which is assigned to name variable, and the 1445.50 is the floating point value which is assigned to the salary variable. Here 25 John Paul and the 1445.50 are the values assigned to $age, $name and $salary variable respectively. Next, variable context. Perl treats some same variable differently based on context. Situation where a variable is being used. So in this program, this first statement is used for the Unix, just like the shell scripting. For the Perl scripting, we use this in the Unix operating system, and in the Windows operating system we can directly run this Perl program by using the command line. And here the @ names equal, then bracket having the three data John, Paul, Lisa, Kumar. These three are the strings which are stored inside the names variable, and we know the $, is used for scalar variable and @ is used for array variable. So here the @ is indicating it is an array which is storing some data inside the names array. So we use another variable @copy, and it is written in the left side, and the right side we write @names, which is also an array, and all the data of this array is copied inside the another array, which is showing by the copy name. And then the $size is the scalar variable which contain the count number of data or the item stored inside the names array. Here there are two statements: print double quote given names are copy double quote, and the second statement is print double quote number of names are $size double quote. So in this program, this copy variable contain this data John, Paul, Lisa and Kumar, because it is an array variable which store the three elements inside this array. And so output of this statement is this one: given names are John, Paul, Lisa and Kumar. The second statement will print this one: number of names are equal to 3, because the size is a scalar variable which contain the means it count the number of elements in array, means in the array copy. Now scalar variables. A scalar variable holds a single value. So a scalar variable is a variable which is used to hold a single value, and $sign is used before the name of a variable to indicate that it is a scalar variable. And here the $xyz equal to 20 semicolon, it means xyz is a variable, and here the $sign is indicating that xyz is a scalar variable, and the 20 is data which are stored inside this xyz variables, means inside the scalar variable. There are some examples: $a equal to 10, $name equal to Gupta, and $average is equal to 28.37. Variables do not have any fixed types, means in the Perl language variables do not have any fixed types, means it does not have any data type, because it is a loosely typed language, means the type declaration is not needed in this type of language, where the C and Java are the strongly typed language where the data types are written before the variable. Variables can be printed as print my name is $name, comma the average temperature is $average less than double quote semicolon. When we execute this program, then this statement will gives the output: my name is Indranil Sen Gupta, comma the average temperature is 28.37. Next, data types. Perl does not specify the types of variables, means it does not have data types. It is a loosely typed language, where the languages like C, C++ or Java are strongly typed, means this type of languages like C, C++, Java have data types. Now, variable interpolation, a powerful feature in Perl language. Variable names are automatically replaced by values when they appear in double quoted strings. So here is an example through which we can understand it very easily. $stood is equal to double quote Rupak semicolon, then $marks equal to 75 semicolon. Then we have the two statements: print double quote marks obtained by $stood is $marks slash double quote, and print single quote. In the second statement there is single quote marks obtained by $stood is $marks slash and single quote. The program will give the following output: marks obtained by 75, and the second statement will give the output: marks obtained by $stood is $marks. Means when we use the variable, means the scalar variable inside the double quote, then it will replaced by the value of these variables. Okay, here we write the powerful feature, variable names are automatically replaced by the values that appear in double quoted strings. So when we write the $stud and $marks variable inside the double quote string, in the double quotes in the first statement, then the $stud and $marks will be replaced by its values, and the values are Rupak and 75. But when we write these variable inside single quote, then the variable is treated as a string. So the output of second statement is marks obtained by $stud and is $marks. What do we see? If we need to do a variable interpolation, use double quotes. Means when we want to replace the variable by their values, then we need to use double quotes. Otherwise, use single quotes. Now, expressions with scalars. $abc is a scalar variable holding the value 10. Then $abc auto increment, $total auto decrement. Then $a equal to $b. Here is the double asterisk mark, and which is indicating exponentiation, means the power of 10 is $b's value. The next $a equal to $b and modulus 10 semicolon. The another example is $expense equal to single quote $100 semicolon. Print the expenditure is $expense. Here we write single quote $100, this one, to store inside the $expense, and when we execute this statement, then the $expense is replaced by $100, because $expense is a variable, it is enclosed, means it is written inside the double quote, so the value of $expense is replaced by $100. And the first statement $expense and the $100 both are having the dollar sign, so the interpreter will distinguish between these two dollar variable by using single quote. So we write the $100 in single quote. The next string scalars, as we studied earlier, and in this program we can see the string and the scalar variables. $var is a variable, $quote, $double. In the $var we are storing this is string scalar in double quote, and in the double quote, in the quote variable we are storing I am inside single quote, and in double variable we are storing this is inside single quote $var. So these two statements we are using the $var variable in both these two statements, second and third statements. And so the output of these four statements will be this one, where the print var equal to $var will print var equal to this is string scalar, because the $var here is written inside the double quote, so it will print anything that is stored inside the var variable, and which is this is string scalar. And in the case of second and third statement, print quote equal to $quote. So here $quote contain I am inside single quote dash $var, but this whole statement is written inside single quote, so it is stored whole this statement as a string and will be printed as a string. So output of the second statement is quote equal to I am inside single quote dash $var. So here the $var is printed as a string instead of replacing by its value, which is this is string scalar. And same in the case of print double equal to $double, but in this case we write the $var in double quotes. In the third statement we write this is inside single quote $var inside the double quote, so the var will be replaced by its value, and which is this is string scalar. Next, scalar operations. Scalar operations are this one's like concatenates strings, add two numbers, multiplies two numbers, concatenates strings and numbers. So this is can be done by these statements, where we write str equal to str $str, where the $str having hello dot word. So both the strings are concatenated by using the dot operators, this one, and this will produce the following results. Num containing the 5 plus 10, so it add both the numbers and result will be 15, and in multiplication 4 multiplied by 5, so result will be 20, and in the mix, in the variable mix, it has two variables $str dot $name, so both the variables, so the value of both these variables $str and $num will be concatenated by using the dot operator. So output of the fourth statement will be this hello world 15. Now the array variables. An array is a variable that stores an ordered list of scalar values. Array variables are preceded by an @ sign, where the scalar variable is preceded by $sign and the array variable is preceded by @ sign. This one, to refer to a single element of an array, you will use the $sign with the variable name followed by the index of the element in square bracket. Here is an simple example of using array variables. Here the @ages is an array variable, it containing 3 data 25, 30 and 40, means it containing 3 elements, where the names variable, where it is also an array variable and it contains 3 data, means 3 elements like John, Paul, Lisa and Kumar. So when we write, and means we can say when we want to print some elements of the array, then we use, means when we want to print a single element of the array, then we use $sign with the array, like in these statements, print double quote $ages index number 0 equal to $ages index number 0. So here we used escape sign / before the $sign, the $sign, just to print it. Other Perl will understand it as a variable and will print its value. When executed, this will produce the following result. We write the / means escape sign before the $, because it is we use it just because to inform the Perl that it is not a variable, otherwise it will print its value. So we write $ages and index number 0, it will print the first element of the array 25, and the second statement will print this one $ages index number 1 is 30, then the index number 2 is 40, this one, and then the $names 0 will print the John, Paul, the 1 index number 1 indicating Lisa, and the index number 2 is indicating Kumar. Next, hash. A hash is a set of key or value pairs. Hash variables are preceded by a %sign, this one. To refer to a single element of a hash, you will use the hash variable name followed by the key associated with the value in curly brackets. Here is an example of using hash variables. This is the program, and the output of this program is here. And